Hey guys, hope you're all keeping well. This is ProteinCookiez here, and today I wanted to do a video talking about the Apple Watch Ultra. So the one I have here is the first generation Ultra, and the reason I want to talk about this is with Apple's upcoming event in September 9th, we will more than likely see an Apple Watch Ultra 4. So from the first generation, second, third, up to the fourth, there's some upgrades that might be useful to some people. And then there's also the question, should any of us that have the Ultra, is it worth the upgrade? Is the price point worth it with the extra features that we may or may not get? So I guess the first thing we'll talk about is the first generation Ultra, which I have here. And the main reason I'll talk about this is currently you have the choice of the first generation, second, or the third. Now, the reason I bought the first generation, I didn't actually buy this brand new. I used to have a normal Apple Watch, and about 6 months ago, I wanted to upgrade to an Ultra. Now, the first generation Ultra was at a very good price used. So for me, a used Ultra 1 was cheaper than a new Apple Watch standard. So why did I go with the Ultra beyond this explanation? Well, the main reasons I wanted the Ultra was one, I'm a big guy, I'm 6'2", so having a bigger watch, a bigger screen, I think would suit me a little bit better. So that was kind of the style side of it. Two, I work in the construction sector, so having something made out of titanium as opposed to aluminium was a upgrade that I was happy to pay for, because titanium, as you can see, this watch is almost 4 years old. I'm the second owner of this watch, and there's not too much wrong with it. There's a couple of minor scratches, nothing that you'd ever notice too well, and it's held together very nicely. The other hardware upgrade that I liked about the Ultra and why I went for this one was it's actually got sapphire glass, not a normal OLED or LCD screen, something like that. So when I had a previous Apple Watch, it got scuffed and scratched. Again, working in construction, that's going to happen. I was expecting that. What I wasn't expecting was when I got the Ultra, I really thought there would be damage to the screen by now, and I have not had any issues there. So hardware wise, the Ultra was a no-brainer for me. It was just deciding, should I go for the first, should I go for the second, or should I go for the third? Now, the main specs, obviously there's little bits of upgrades that every generation gets, but the main upgrades between the first generation and the third is really going to be your battery life, the screen brightness. It goes from 2000 to 3000, and then you've got a couple other little bits and pieces, a slightly larger display area, that kind of thing. So for me, I get 2 days out of this watch on a full charge. So I charge my watch pretty much every night. So paying for the extra battery size wasn't essential for me. So that was 1 point scoring towards the Ultra 1 versus the 3. Two, I think the 2000 nit screen is plenty bright. So going from 2000 to 3000, of course it would be lovely, but considering this was nearly half the price used as an Apple Watch Ultra 3 used was, and then a brand new Apple Watch Ultra 3 with this bracelet is running about €1100. So it's a lot of money for something that I wouldn't get the full benefit from. So for me, that's why the Ultra 1 was a no-brainer versus the Ultra 3. And even if you look at the biggest drawback with smartwatches is obviously battery, how much it degrades over time. So I have the battery health here. As you can see, this is nearly 4 years old, and I charge it full, and it's still at 90% capacity. So it was rated at about 36 hours battery life. If I lose 10% of that, I'm still on 32, 33 hours of battery life. That's more than enough to get me through my day to day. So the 1 versus the 3, in my opinion, it's worth buying a good refurbished or a good used Apple Watch Ultra 1. That's just my opinion. If you've got the extra money and you just want the latest, obviously the 3 is the way to go. But at this point, if you're shopping for an Ultra, there really is no point in buying anything until this event on September 9th is held. Once this Apple Watch Ultra 4, I'm sure that's what they're going to call it, once that is released, you're going to see much better pricing on the 1, 2, and 3. So you may even decide, look, I would like the Apple Watch Ultra 3, but I don't want to pay full price for it. Wait for all the people who are going to buy the Ultra 4. There's going to be loads of them, and then pick up the Ultra 3. Now, if you're looking at upgrading or you're looking at buying your first Ultra and you're just thinking, I want to pay out for the latest and greatest, the Apple Watch Ultra 4, from what I'm reading online, the main things that you're going to get an improvement on is A, you're going to get better battery life. So if battery life is important to you, maybe it's worth shelling out for the Apple Watch 4. If a slightly bigger screen area is your thing, as you can see with this, there is a slight dark bezel. You can kind of see it with a different screen. You can see the black bezel around the edge. That would be minimized even further. So that's another reason. I'm not sure if they're going to make the screen necessarily brighter, but they might make it more improved. There's going to be better connectivity with satellite, things like that. But one key difference, and I talked about earlier that being 6'2", having a watch this size kind of works. If you're a smaller guy, a watch this size, 49 millimeters, may be a little bit too much, maybe be a bit too big. So the newer one from the leaks and the things we're seeing is that it could be 10 to 15% smaller. Maybe not the screen diameter, but maybe the overall frame of the watch, the thickness of it, you know, it is quite a big watch. If that comes in 10 to 15% smaller, maybe if you're on the smaller end of things, that might be reason enough in of itself to upgrade. So it's really going to be about battery life, it's going to be about the size, and of course we don't know what other features they're going to pack into it. That may not improve wildly, like the difference between the 1 to the 2 and the 2 to the 3 were all marginal, but maybe the 3 to the 4, they might rework it from the ground up. It might be a completely new design, it might sit a lot better, and of course we'll see what way the price came in, because Apple did up the prices on not all, but a lot of their products, especially because of this RAM shortage. So I don't think the Ultra should suffer from this. So hopefully it comes in at the same price. It's still wildly expensive, but as you can see, this watch is 4 years old. I'm at 90% battery health. This watch will certainly go for another couple of years. So if you just want to pay for something, invest in it a little bit and get the use out of it, it's great. The other thing I want to talk about, just the Ultras in general and why I like them so much, is I like the bracelet on it. It's never come undone once. It's never gone on me. It's good for swimming. It's good for the gym. I like to track my workouts and follow the calories. So having everything on the screen, it's nothing new, but I do just like the layout of the Ultra. And I have an iPhone, I have an iPad. It only makes sense to go for an Apple Watch. It's just which one to go with. I do really like the hardware on it. The hardware is very good. And because this watch is made out of titanium and it's got that sapphire glass, you are getting quite good hardware features for the money, whereas a lot of the smartwatches wouldn't have a titanium case and a sapphire glass screen. So it just means keeping it going, preserving it. It's there. It really holds its own. It's got nice features with the buttons. It's loud enough if you lose it and you want to ping it. And of course, Apple security is some of the best. So even when I bought this off someone abroad, got it sent, I was able to deactivate it with them over the phone, reactivate it on my own Find My. And yeah, since then I've absolutely loved the watch. So I'll probably make another video when the 4 is released. If the improvements are wild and there really is a brand new watch with a brand new everything, I might be tempted to go for it and trade this in. But for the moment, I'm quite happy with the Ultra 1. I think I might try and hang on to it for another year or two and then sell it, just for the fact that the battery health is still doing its job. I'm not heavy on my watch. I literally only use it for checking for calls, and I use it during a workout. And of course I use it to tell time. I'm not tapping on it all day, looking at all the features. I only use Spotify during the gym session, so I'm not looking at my phone. The workout option, date, temperature and time, so it's all there. It's a great display, a big display, and yeah, so hopefully now the September 9th release will have, you know, some quite good new features, some news on it. And yeah, until then, I hope this video was some bit useful to you.